Welcome to the first tutorial on Veracity's Unified Communications program called VCaaS. It's a one-click contact management, and you can set it up in a way that you don't even need a phone device. You can just make phone calls from your computer if you want to. When people call your business number, you can have it set up so that those calls route to your personal cell phone number without the caller even noticing the difference. If you have a smartphone, there's a different version. This is the desktop version 1.3, but there's also a mobile app if you have a smartphone, which if enabled correctly and if your cell phone number is registered with Veracity, we can even set it up so that you can make calls outbound on your cell phone, but they'll show your business number instead of your personal cell phone number. We also have chat capability with rich presence contact management, where you can see whether somebody's busy on the phone in a meeting, and you can set that up statically, or you can have it integrated with your Outlook calendar so that it automatically knows that you're in a meeting or on a phone call and so forth. It also has the instant messaging where you can do individual and group chats. You can do desktop sharing and document sharing, and each of these things will be covered separately, either in this tutorial or in later tutorials. This tutorial is going to cover the system requirements on your desktop or PC, where you can go download the app, how to log in, how to get support if you forget or don't know your password. We'll do a quick overview, show you how to resize windows, show you the different presence statuses available, how you can upload a picture or an avatar or cartoon, how you can set your thought for the day and your location if you want to, and it'll show you some preference options, including how to integrate with Outlook if you use Outlook calendaring. And then lastly, this one will cover signing out. Later tutorials will cover contact management, instant messaging and group chats, call management, including transfers and conference calls, and some advanced call handling options in the last one, such as call forwarding, do not disturb, and cell phone integration. So let's get started. The minimum system requirements for Macintosh are OS 10.6, known as Snow Leopard, and anything more recent than that, and it also works with Windows Vista or anything like later. Obviously, the better your operating system, the better performance you'll get. The installation footprint is about 125 megabytes, and you'll need a minimum of 1 gigabyte of RAM. For voice calls, you're going to need a phone attached to your computer, or the computer will need a sound card, speakers, and a microphone. If you want the video call capability, you and the person you're talking to will both need to have webcams going. And you'll need a pretty solid CPU. Pentium 4 at bare minimum, but really the stronger your CPU, the much better your performance is going to be. You can download these online. I'm going to put the URL up so you can see them. They're kind of long, I'm afraid. Once you've got the application installed on your computer, you'll see probably a little desktop icon that looks like this one down here, or you can go in your start menu and find VCaaS. So once you've got the application started, you're going to put your login username here and your password. If you click on Remember Password, it'll give you an option to sign in automatically or not. And then you just click Sign In. And if you have any problems again, don't remember your password, for instance, or your username, your local phone administrator at your company will probably be able to get that information for you or help you to reset it. Or you can call our customer service group 24/7 at 801-379-3000 or toll free at 1-800-213-1315, or you can email csgroup@veracitynetworks.com. So this is what it looks like. You can have all your contacts in here in different groups if you want to. I'll go into more detail on that in the tutorial on contact management. But basically, if you're in version 1.3, which is our newest one, it will, a lot of our customers don't have it yet, because as of the time of this tutorial, we're about to release it, but haven't quite yet. The main difference with the new one is that you'll have menu options up here at the top, where you can do a variety of things. For instance, you could set, in the contact section, you can set how to sort by first name or last name, and whether it's just profile photos and so forth, and a bunch of other options that'll be covered in more detail later. The left sidebar, you've got your status flag. In this case, I'm showing as green available in my fictional supervisor agent, and you can reset that here. You can be away, busy, or offline. And then here too, you can also set your location. You just click on it And you can, there's an automatic location finder, but it goes by your IP address, which sometimes will make it look like you're someplace you're not. But you can always do a manual location and just type in here whatever you want it to be. And then you just publish it or not. You don't have to. You can just be totally blank on where you're at. In my case, I'm showing that I'm at my office, but that's totally optional. There's a thought for the day type of place here where you can type in messages. For instance, you might put something like you're out to lunch, you're on vacation until Thursday, you're in a meeting, and so forth. And again, that is totally optional. The search and dials where you can look up your contacts. We'll go into more detail on that in a bit. And then you'll start off, when you first open up, you'll start off by default in the contact section, which is a little head and shoulders. So it's supposed to look like a person, and it'll show all your contacts. In my case, all my contacts are available right now, except for my own personal one. I'm not logged into it right now, so it's on gray, which means offline. You can see little pictures. They're totally optional. To set your picture, all you got to do is double click on it, and then you can just choose whichever picture you've already got. You can also right click on the picture and just clear it out completely if you wanted to. The arrow coming down and in is your incoming calls. Up and out, your outgoing calls. Incoming and bent upwards like that, that means it's a broken attempt, if you will, to contact you. In other words, you didn't answer the phone. And then there's a keypad where you can punch in a number and call, for instance, our customer service group. You can click on the video call option if you've got a webcam, and if you're calling somebody that's got a webcam. And you do a regular phone. If it's just a handset, that means you're going through your computer or soft phone, as opposed to if you have a hard phone on connected to your computer that's a separate phone, you could choose that option too. And then all you got to do is just click on call, and your call will go through. And when you're through, well, I'll show you calls here in a bit. And down here we got the little gear wheel. The gear wheels where you can go in and do things like turn on and off do not disturb. You can set up call forwarding. For instance, you can set it so all your calls are forwarding automatically. For instance, maybe you're on a 6-week vacation and you want your coworker to get all your calls while you're gone. You could do that. You can also set to call forward if you're busy or no answer or just not reachable, and you can configure those by clicking the configure button and enabling them in here. You can also set up simultaneous ring here too, where it rings your cell phone simultaneously with your business phone. And these are all things that you're going to get covered in the last tutorial. And there's the volume button here where you can adjust your volume. Now you may have a little sandwich looking icon down here. That means you're on version 1.2 or earlier. That will be discontinued pretty soon, but you can click on it to get into some additional preference options. And we've got the preferences. Now preferences, in the new version, you'll go to the file menu and choose preferences. In the older version, there was a little, like a stack of, like a hamburger or a sandwich that you could click on to get preferences too. And there's some key things in here, like whether or not the program runs automatically when you start your computer, whether it signs in automatically. That's in the general tab. And the audio tabs where you can set it up for your input and output devices to, for instance, use a Logitech wireless headset in my case. You can enable the video sizing. If you've got My Room capability, this is where you'll see your phone number and conference ID information. That's something that has to be set up by an administrator. There's additional cost for that, so a lot of clients don't have that. Proxy, you don't need to worry about that, but add-ins is a key one. When you first log in, it'll typically ask you, do you want Outlook integration? But you can also come here to the add-ins tab and enable both contact search and the calendar, so that, for instance, if somebody looked at you while you were scheduled in a meeting, you would your status would automatically show you as being in a meeting because you enabled your Outlook calendar integration, but that is totally optional. And those are your basic preferences. And you've got some basic options in terms of being able to, for instance, drag around the window. You can come down here and resize it. You can on the side where you get the little double arrows and resize here too. So you can always customize how it fits on your screen. So that's your basic overview in this first tutorial. Again, we'll be doing additional tutorials for contact management, chats, call management, including transfers and conference calls, and then your basic call handling options, such as the call forwarding stuff that we just kind of briefed over and setting up cell phone integration. So have a good day. Thank you.